Go Power Rangers! Yeah.
Reviews from hell!
Welcome everybody to another Reviews from Hell. I'm Andreas, and today we have nothing less than the new Power Rangers movie, 2017. We haven't seen a Power Rangers movie since probably 96, 97, which was just sucked ass. If anybody even remembers that movie. I wasn't a big fan of the TV show. I thought it was just too corny, too cheesy, it was just too much for me. I was more of the Ninja Turtles, I would say more of a Ninja Turtles fan. Nevertheless, I did like the idea of this being made into a live action movie. Now, since we're in the age of amazing CGI, we have better actors, I think, now than we've ever had before. Some actually directors and producers do learn by their mistakes. So they've heard the fans and they give us this movie. Now, this movie starts out very good, if you ask me. It shows the small story of each of them, some more than others, which wasn't the best of ideas. But I did like a few characters in here. Billy the Blue Ranger, for example, stood out more than anything in this movie. He was great. He was the one Power Ranger that looked like he wanted to be there. He was having fun with it, and you really cared for his character more than probably anybody else, which is weird, because I fairly remember the old Power Rangers, and usually, you would vote for the team leader and everything, and Billy was anything but the team leader. But again, he's the one with the most personality in this movie. He makes all the jokes, and he's actually the one that acts kind of real in this movie, unlike some of the others. We have Bryan Cranston playing as Zordon. Now, I didn't mind what they did with Zordon in this, and I know Bryan Cranston does have a small connection with the old series, so I thought it was kind of cool how they put him in here. It didn't bother me at all. His role was as good as I expected it to be. We have Elizabeth Banks playing as Rita Repulsa. Now, here is where everything starts getting blurry. We never really noticed, but when we look closely to her outfit, her costume, and as cool as it looked, sometimes it just looked a bit too much like a Poison Ivy cosplay. Her scenes in this movie got way too cheesy for the movie. The rest of the movie, most of this movie wasn't cheesy. This is what makes hers look bad. Her scenes look bad. Everything else was trying to go dark, going a bit gritty, being a bit serious. And then when Rita got in, I was expecting me to be afraid of her. I wanted her to be freaky. I wanted her to be a bit vicious, a bit sadistic, a bit this. And it was more like, muhahaha, I'm going to destroy all of you, muhaha. It was that kind of goofiness. And it just didn't fit well in the rest of this movie. If the whole movie was goofy, I would get it. But it wasn't. They just chose to put scenes of her being goofy in this movie, and it didn't work. And the first half of this movie was okay. It was enjoyable. It was building up nice. And then it was like they thought, wait a minute, guys, we've got to finish this movie in the next 40 minutes. Let's throw every single fucking thing in this. Let's throw the dinosaurs, the morphing thing, everything, the 100 fights in one. Everything looked very rushed. Some of the fighting scenes were okay. I enjoyed them. But again, at the end of the day, it was a mediocre movie. Nothing to go crazy at all about. Not the worst. It could have been a lot worse. I wasn't expecting it to be this bad. I had high hopes because the trailer was great, and it did get me on the fan wagon, as we say. So this is a mediocre movie at its best, and I have to point out something. Why is it we have to throw the homosexual thing in there every single time? I've got nothing against them. Now, don't get me wrong, but it's just I hate it when it's forced instead of presented in a movie. You know, I mean, we've been seeing homosexuality in movies for years. You know, I mean, for years and years. It's nothing new. You know, there's nothing weird about it at all. But it's just thrown in there now, just to say, you know, hey, we've got that one in there too, just for all you other fans, you know. And another thing I noticed that you might want to check this out. This Red Ranger is played by Dacre Montgomery, if that's how you pronounce it. He looks like the human Shrek. Fuck me, did he look like the human Shrek? I couldn't. It's very difficult to look at him straight in the face without thinking of Shrek 2 when he became the human again. I like to hear a comment about that. So guys, that was my take on the new Power Rangers movie. If you like the video, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.